It's Luke Howard live at lunchtime. Thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much for your wonderful, fantastic round of applause. Thank you. Round of applause is always my favourite part of this show. I love it. Very, very good afternoon, everybody. Hello. Welcome to Britain's brightest, best radio show. It's just gone 12:30 on Friday the 22nd of January. I know it's Friday today. Woo! So we're getting you all ready for the weekend. And of course, tomorrow we're getting you ready for the weekend as well because it's a Saturday shows. So yeah, it's Luke Howard Live on Saturday, I like to call it. But it is Luke Howard Live tomorrow at 10. But today, we're getting you all ready for Friday. So sit back and relax and enjoy Britain's brightest, best radio show. And also, would love to hear from you on the show as well. Do email the show, GaryJHoward68@hotmail.com. Or there's the other email, which is 345-457 @student.hrc.ac.uk. You can also find the show on Instagram. It's the Luke Howard fan page, or you can just do hashtag Luke Howard Live, or hashtag Luke Howard Live at lunchtime, and there you go. Great ways to get in touch with the show. Fantastic ways to get in touch. Well, hello though, by the way. Lovely to have your company, of course. Lovely to hear from you, as I just said. And it'd be great if you could get in touch with the show, because it'd be wonderful. Jan from Buckinghamshire has got in touch with the show. She said the show is fantastic. Luke, as always, thank you very much, Jan from Buckinghamshire. And yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so it is the 22nd of January. If it's your birthday today, do get in touch with the show. Would love to hear from you as well. Would love to give you a mention if it's your birthday on the show. Okay, so here's what we've got coming up on the show today. We're talking about Nissan in a moment or two. We don't speak about the virus on this show at the moment, but only once a week we talk about it on the show, on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. We're going to talk a little bit about that. In a little moment. We're going to kickstart with that because it's to do with Brexit, so we'll talk a little bit about that. And we're also going to, as I said the other day, we're going to be talking about films, including the No Time to Die film, which is the Bond film starring Daniel Craig. And we're also going to be talking more entertainment news, because there's loads of entertainment news coming up on the show today. So we'll talk a little bit about the more entertainment news. And we'll also and by the way, National Days today. It's Blondie Brownie Day today, and it's also Sanctity of Humans Life Day. It's Celebration of Life Day as well, so it's Life Day and Brownie Day. So if you are celebrating those days today, enjoy. Okay, so let's get on to the Nissan story then. Let's get the show kick-started there, because we are talking about Nissan now. We're talking Brexit on the show. Yes, we're talking Brexit. We're talking Nissan. So we're going to start off by talking about that now. Because the Japanese car maker, this is Nissan, it has actually told a news programme its Sunderland place, up in Sunderland, plant is secure for a long term as a result of the trade deal which reached between the UK and the EU. They also said that it will move additionally battery production close to the plant, where it has 6,000 direct employers and supports nearly 70,000 job span in the supply chain. Now, currently, the batteries is in its Leaf electric cars and are imported from Japan. Nissan is not going to be confirmed if it would mean additional jobs at Sunderland, which is the UK's largest car plant. And I never actually knew that it was actually. I never actually knew it was up in Sunderland. You know, I know a lot of things, you know, but I never actually knew that it was in Sunderland. So yeah, there you go. So it's in Sunderland, and Nissan would not confirm though if it would mean additional jobs up there, up at the north. And it's also the UK's largest car plant, which is why I never actually knew myself. We're getting messages flying in on the show. I don't suppose you can hear the messaging thing going off on the the show. I know, I don't usually have that going off in the studio, but there's only one off. But yeah, manufacturing the more powerful batteries in the UK will ensure its cars comply with trade rulers, and it's also going to be agreed with the EU requiring at least 55% of the car's value to be derived from either the UK and the EU as well, and to quality for zero traffics when expected to be in the EU. It's also some 70% of its cars were also made in Sunderland. They were also exported, and the vast majority of them were sold in the EU as well. Now, Nissan it also had issued stark warnings last year that if the UK left the EU without a trade deal, which is what I never actually knew, the resulting effects on cars and components would actually it would make the Sunderland plant unsustainable. But Nissan's chief operating officer Ashiki Sakabadi told a news programme that the Brexit deal is positive for Nissan. It was also the largest automaker in the UK, and it was also taking its opportunity to defer in automaking in the UK, which I never knew. And it has also created a competitive environment for Sunderland, and not just inside the UK, but it was also outside there as well, which I never knew either. But it's also decided to localise the manufacture of I think it's a 62k battery in Sunderland, so that all the products qualify, actually rather I should be saying, for free export to the EU. It's also committed to Sunderland for the long term under the business conditions that have also been agreed as well. It also came as Nissan. It paused one of its 2 production lines in Sunderland on Friday today as a disruption of ports caused by a pandemic. Of course, the pandemic now affected its Simply chain. The company said that the move would affect the line, which produces the quantity and leaf, but work would resume next week. Now, businesses, security, caustically quality welcome the firm's endorsement of Sunderland as a manufacturing base, and its decision represents a jarring belief in Britain and a huge vote of confidence in an economy that thanked to the certainty of trade deal with the EU delivered, which is on that very day as well. It also dedicated the highly skilled workforce in Sunderland. It meant the city was also a home to Nissan's largest models for years and years to come, positioned for company to capitalise on the wealth of benefits that will also flow from electric vehicle production. It's particularly welcome after the more gradual comments from the boss of Vauxhall's parent company last week. They were speaking as the tie-up between, I think it was the Factorashi and Perguin Citroën, which was christened by the new umbrella, which is the name Stantanas, and the boss, which is Carlos Tavares, said the future of its Alamersport plant was actually dependent on the support of the UK government, and was also prepared to offer after its decision was to ban sales of new petrol and diesel cars over until after 2030. Never knew that at all. The change is going to be brutally in the rules, and if you restrict the rules for business, then there is at one point a time or a problem, they said. Now, looking forward, they said, it would make more sense to locate an electric vehicle factory closer to that EU larger market. But industry voices did welcome the news from Nissan, but reinforced the message from Vauxhall's owners that the government needs to do more to secure the future of the car industry, as I think it electrifies, apparently, so there you go. But it's also obviously good news and will help the Nissan Leaf avoid any future. But they're also saying that they're going to be going to need to see a lot more investment in battery production in the UK if they were to preserve the UK as a car manufacturer and exporter and professor. This is David Bailey of the Warwick University. The head of the trade body, the Society for Motor Manufacturers and Traders, also agreed there as well. Now, the plant place is in Sunderland, as we just said earlier on, and it's going to be far enough for Nissan's near-term plans of the build tens of, I think it's thousands of electric cars, but the UK has made a 1.5 million cars last year, and they were all party electric by 2030. They were saying that cars are going to be electric by 2030. Who knows? It could happen. It might not happen. We just do not know. And will it happen? Will it not? We just don't know. Now, Andy Palmer, the former boss of Aston Martin and the current chairman of electric bus maker Switch Mobility, has gone further. He said that 800,000 jobs are at risk if the UK government doesn't act now to foster battery investment. Without electric vehicle batteries made in the UK, the country's auto industry risk was becoming an aquatic relatic overtaken by China, Japan, America, and of course Europe as well. They also urged the UK government is to use every lever at its disposal to make the UK attractive. UK car investment has also fallen sharply since the UK voted to leave the EU. Now, in 5 years from 2016, it advantaged to 3.5 billion per year. In the 4 years since, it has an advantage around 1 billion, a fall of 71%. At a time when the technology and map of car production are going through the biggest revolution since the car was invented, and this transition is therefore a very welcome boost to the UK, which is in an international scramble. Our scramble, people, with the investment of the future, which is also going to be happening from right now, which is what we all know anyway. So there we go. Okay, so let's talk about films now, because I really want to talk about the Bond film, which is set to be coming out soon. But of course, COVID has erupted, so obviously they can't bring it out. It was made in 2019, but when is it going to come out? No one knows when it is going to come out, but they reckon, oh yeah, we do know. No Time to Die had already been pushed back twice. It was supposed to come out on October the 8th last year, but now they're saying it was actually supposed to come out in April last year, and then it was supposed to come out on the 8th of October, but of course, we don't know when it's going to be coming out now. But the film is the 25th investment of the Bond franchise and marks Daniel Craig's final appearance as a British Secret Service agent, which is 007. It also features Lee Stedcox and Rami Malek, and the delay is going to come as a further blow to cinemas that have been forced to shut for months at a time because of lockdowns. Why don't they just put it on like Sky or put it on Netflix or anything like that? Then people can watch it then. But I think they want to get people to go into the cinema to watch it. But earlier this very week, though, let's talk about the films that came out. Let's talk about what happened this week, because filmmakers including Danny Boyle and Sir Steve McQueen, they wrote the UK government calling for financial support for cinema chains because the UK cinema stands on the edge of an abyss. Of course it does. Cineworld said in October just gone, when No Time to Die was pushed back for the second time, the delays into a big budget releases meant the industry was unavailable. But Bond's latest move did spark a flurry of other delays to major releases. Sony has pushed back Ghostbusters, Aerosmith, Peter Rabbit 2, J.D. Les Mobus, and Tom Holland's Enchanted and Cinderella, which will star singer Camila Cabello, while Universal has moved Tom Hanks' Bios from April to November this year. Now, there's lots of things that are set to be coming out this year now because they keep postponing it and pushing it back, which is a terrible nightmare. They shouldn't keep doing that. They should put it on Netflix or some filming company so that everyone can watch it. But I know it's hard for really to do that because they want everyone to go to the cinema to watch it. Of course they do. But it's No Time to Die, which was supposed to be released in October just gone. But it's going to arrive a full 6 years on from the release of its 2015 Bethesda, which was Spectre, of course, which I watched, which was an amazing film. They also said that it won't be far behind the 6 years and 4 months that did separate the release of License to Kill in the summer of 1989 and GoldenEye in late 1995. They're all different films and they have been coming out at different times. Directed by Caro Joel Flegby, No Time to Die was actually filmed between March and November 2019. So it didn't actually take them very long to actually film these programs. So if you think about it, if you actually add the months up, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, so that's 9 months of filming. I mean, it didn't really take very long to actually do it, and it was all filmed in the year of 2019, well before COVID erupted. And now 2 years on, it still ain't come out, but we don't know. Last April, though, an autograph clapperboard used on set raised £13,000 on the NHS, for the NHS actually rather, when it was offered online by Auction House Bournemouth, and I never actually knew that. Oh, and it wasn't only filmed in Italy, it was also filmed in Norway, Jamaica, and this very country as well, so it was actually filmed before COVID. Now, the latest, the postponement could stoke further speculation over whether the film is going to actually automatically skip cinemas altogether and to be released in a streaming platform, as I just said. I said that in the first place, so I know what I'm talking about. Major Disney titles are like Pixar's Soul and its live action remarked on a Mullen by Pace cinemas. It was all primarily instead on the Disney Plus streaming service. See, Wonder Woman back in 1984, meanwhile, was made available in the US on the HBO Max streaming service on the same day it was received as a limited cinema release, and I never knew that either, obviously. But last year, though, Warner Brothers announced all its 2021 titles is going to be adapting a similar duo pattern, sculpting tensions between Hollywood and US movie theatres. I never knew that. I don't actually know